Hello, everybody, and welcome to Irish Hypnotherapy Conference 2025. Meet the speakers, and today we are talking to Rob de Groof. Rob, how are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year for you, John. I'm really good. I'm in Bulgaria at the moment, as you know, my second home, and the weather is great here. It was bad for 1 week, so I did a lot of work, and now I have a bit more time to play golf. So tomorrow I go out and play some golf. So all good.
So you're not snowed in.
No, 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 no. In the country there is snow here in Bulgaria, but we are at the seaside, so
Right.
so here it's good and it's cold, but we have clear sky with sun, so
Brilliant.
that's the difference than staying
Absolutely.
in Belgium or Ireland, I can imagine.
It's a bit cold and wet here today.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, Welcome back. Your talk last year was really, really well received.
Thank you.
For those who are new or didn't see your talk, and most people did see your talk last year, but just to give a brief um, about you, just so that they get a
Yeah.
sense of who you
Okay.
are.
So yeah, I'm Rob. My last name I'm gonna pronounce it how it should be pronounced
Right.
because everybody is doing it wrong when they are English speakers. Don't try to do this at home because your tongue will get twisted. So in our language it's Rob de Groof, but
Rough.
English
Okay.
speakers they make it something like de Groof or whatever. So yeah, so I'm from
Guilty.
Belgium. Yeah. I'm from Belgium. I'm a Dutch speaker from Belgium because we have also French speakers and a few German speakers. And I live also here in Bulgaria, so I travel a lot. I'm the owner of the Hypnosis Center in Belgium, and I have a team of therapists in Belgium in four different cities, and also for online sessions, of course. And we also have a hypnosis school in Belgium. So mostly I'm running the business. I still see clients, but I'm also responsible of all the teaching, of course. So the live physical teachings in Belgium. But also around the world, and of course some online training. So what I do most at the moment is running the business, managing the business, leading the team of hypnotherapists, of course, and teaching and traveling the world, going from one convention to another, speak at those conventions, do trainings like that. So yeah, that's I have already a big schedule for this year of different conference all around the world. So yeah.
And you've just completed a 7 day training as well, haven't you?
Yeah, so we do that.
Just
We do that 3 times a year. It's a 7 day training in Dutch language in Belgium. It's for newbies. It's for people who are brand new to the hypnotherapy business. So we start with the first two. It's actually it's split up in 3 modules, but they can do it in 1 week, from Monday to Sunday. And so yeah,
it's pretty intensive then.
basic. It's intense, yeah. I teach 6 of the 7 days. So on Friday there is one of my therapists. She's doing 1 day. So that day I try to go out to the golf course to get my head cleared a bit, and then and on Sunday we always end that training with them seeing an actual client. So we have people coming in. They are not in the training, just people from outside, and with an issue, and these students will perform a full session with an actual client. The sessions are free for the clients, but it's especially for the participants because they come in on Monday, they don't know nothing about hypnosis, and on Sunday they actually treat a client, and I
Love
always
that.
encourage them to send them after 3 weeks an email to that client, and a lot of them were rid of their issue. So for the client, for my students, is because when it's a very hands-on training, but they are working with other students, and after a
Mhm.
while which one are the somnambulists, and you just say sleep, and they drop down. But then when you just have them leave the training, then they go home and then they start practicing with the relatives, and that's always a bit tricky to practice with relatives. So now I have them hypnotize somebody from outside the training, and they go out, they leave on Sunday evening with a lot of confidence, and that's what
Yeah.
they need, because I really want them to go out there and start doing hypnosis, because especially Belgian people, they are a bit reluctant of going out there and start a business immediately. It's totally different with people from the Netherlands. They are more entrepreneurs, and they start a business like a day after they did the training. Belgian people are like, they wait and they wait. So I want to give them that feeling of actually working with an actual client, so that they are ready to go out there and help people.
I love that because it's a confidence thing. Because so many
Yeah.
people leave training, and like you said, they go to family and friends who last week saw them as one person, and now you
Yeah.
want me to see as a hypnotist. What? You know, it's kind of
Yeah,
yeah,
that's an issue, because they don't see them as a hypnotist. They don't have that anticipation yet
yeah.
of going into hypnosis, and yeah, that's
I love that
sometimes
idea.
they don't follow any instructions because they are your relatives and they dare to do that. So yeah, that's
Brilliant.
uh,
That's brilliant. So in Dublin, I know you're going to talk about something absolutely brand new. In fact, it's a
yeah,
world premiere.
yeah, it is. It is
Now,
actually.
it's really interesting, right?
It
So
is.
you're going to
It
have
is
to
actually.
explain how you even arrived at this.
Yeah.
Qigong hypnosis, right?
Yeah. So what I'm practicing Qigong for a few years already now. So I used to do some yoga, but that was not for me. I couldn't get myself to do it on a daily basis, and because of I have these back problems, I need to do something.
Hmm.
And yoga was too much lying down and things like that. And then a few years ago, my mother, she said, "Oh, I signed up for this American guy who has this subscription, and then you have this Qigong videos that you can follow him." So I said, "Okay, I'm gonna give it a try," and I immediately loved it. So I start doing it on a daily basis. At that time, it was still like maybe 2, 3 times a week, but now I do it on a daily basis.
Hmm.
And the thing what I have all the time is when I'm doing something, I always, especially Qigong is also a kind of meditation. It's meditation in movement, but and as you know, I'm also a big fan of active alert hypnosis.
Yes, and I've seen your
I
presentations on that, and it's
I do
I
that
use it actually. It's really good.
for my recordings. I use active alert hypnosis. I sometimes work with sports people doing active alert hypnosis. And while I was doing these Qigong flows, I was like, but this is actually a great combination when you can do this with hypnosis, because you have this repetition in movement. Just for people who don't know anything about Qigong, most of the people know Tai Chi, because Tai Chi is much more out there. And so when I say Qigong to people, they don't know what it is. And then I say Tai Chi and they say, oh yeah. So actually Qigong is actually, Tai Chi is actually a form of Qigong. So Qigong is actually the base, and then you have all these different aspects. Tai Chi is more in Tai Chi, you go from one movement to another in like a sequence. In Qigong, you have this one movement and you will repeat it for maybe, let's say 15, 20 times. And then you go to another movement. And that's actually the difference with Tai Chi. In Tai Chi, you do one movement and you go immediately to the other one. So for most of the people, Qigong is much easier to start with because of the repetition. You don't have to know all these sequences by heart. So that's actually, and also because it's this repetition in movement. So you have these flows that you're doing. It's yeah, it's a kind of meditation. So I was thinking, if I can just change the wording that you give, and you use it a bit like the active alert hypnosis approach, then you can use these movements to get people into an active alert hypnosis. And you can even because Qigong has these more more energetic movements, but also the really flowy ones, so the really slow ones. So you can actually choose whether you do it more active or whether you do it more passive. There will still be movement, of course, but your approach as a hypnotherapist can be, okay, let's say if you do it in group, I want it to be a bit more active. We have this more like energetic movement, so more like active alert hypnosis, where you actually not going to talk about relaxation or anything else because it's just movement. But with these more relaxing flows, you can get your session a bit more stylish, like the passive ones. Because you saw me do a demonstration last year in Dublin. Even when I do my Jeffrey Stevens protocol, there's still a lot of energy in that
Yes.
one. So I'm not a guy who changes his voice and speaks like with a deep down voice and on the same tone every time. I put energy in my sessions. So even with these qigong flows, you can do it that way. And then especially, and I like it especially for to give people something else, to give people an extra. And the way that I'm going to use it with my clients even more is like I do now with my recordings. I give my clients also a session that they can use while walking, and they will get sessions while they can listen to the recording or video and do these qigong movements. So, because what I experience with myself is when I'm working the entire day, of even doing sessions the entire day, you're sitting down, you're
Yes.
and then you want to listen to a hypnosis recording, and then again you have to lay down. What I do in the afternoon, I go out for a walk here, so I use my active alert hypnosis recordings to work with myself, because I then you have movement, you have a good walk, it's healthy outside at the moment, and so, but you can also do these qigong movements, so you don't have to sit down for another session. So also when you have like programs, virtual gastric band, or whatever program that you want to give your client follow-up exercises or recordings that they have to listen to, if they have to do it sitting down or lying down on a daily basis, they will get tired of it. So
Yeah.
I want to give my clients variations. I want to give them options. So that's one of the things that I'm going to do with that type of doing sessions as well.
And as you were talking, I was just thinking, I mean, that's something you could add into a weight loss protocol or something, because there's movement involved in
Yeah,
that. So it's
yeah, of
exercise,
course. Yeah,
and just give the suggestions that go with it.
yeah,
So yeah, well, fair play to you for coming up with something like that now, because it's a really good combination. I'm familiar with Qigong because friends of mine do it. I don't.
mm,
But like you said, the Tai Chi, I mean, I started it and it was like trying to remember all the movements, and it was like, it
yeah.
was just
Too
too
difficult.
complicated.
Too difficult. Yeah,
It was, yeah. I mean, you'd get it eventually, but you'd need
yeah,
persistence.
yeah.
Whereas I know the Qigong is, and I know all of that, all of that Eastern, I mean, benefits of doing that from a health perspective and an energetic perspective are great.
Yeah.
You merge it with what we do in terms of hypnosis, then you're getting a double benefit. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's
I
wonderful.
I see it with myself since I start doing it on a daily basis. I have much more energy. I'm more flexible. I can my golf game get was getting much better
There's
just
the
by
reason.
being
There
there.
we have
Yeah,
it.
yeah. That's one of the advantages I have as well. So you can use it with sports people as well, because you will get these advantages. What I also changed whenever I start a round of golf now, instead of doing basic golf warm-ups, I do a 10-minute qigong sequence, just to get in the zone, to get my body warmed up, and then I start playing golf. And yeah, I had a bad fall 45 minutes in the year, so it
Oh
was
wow.
45 minutes in the new year. I slipped on a slippery surface. I was totally sober, because I was not drinking alcohol. So it was not that I was drunk and fall down, but no. So I slipped, and like in a cartoon movie, two
Yeah.
legs in the air, dropped down on my back, and I already have back problems.
Yeah.
But then again, I immediately the day after I start doing qigong exercises, and yeah, after 2 3 days, the stiffness was gone, and all things were good. So yeah, like you said, you can combine two goods. Like hypnosis will do you good, qigong will do you good, and you can combine those two, and you have yeah extra effect, of course.
That sounds like I'm really looking forward to this presentation because it's brand new,
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely brand new. Just
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you often attend, and it's like I know this, I've seen this, or whatever. Particularly because I go to a fair few conferences and stuff. But this one I won't have seen.
Yeah, what I'm actually planning for Dublin is, of course, I will explain how I and what Qigong is, and give a few examples of what you can do with it, and explain what is going on with it. But I will end my presentation there with a group Qigong.
Oh, way to go!
Yeah, so with a group hypno Qigong session. So there will be hypnosis and Qigong combined, but
Wow.
in group. So the only thing that I'm still figuring out is what I'm going to wear, because obviously you know my suits that I'm always wearing at conferences. So those will be not that. So we were actually looking in. I just told you before we had a chat that I was in Morocco. So we were looking there for nice a nice outfit, but I couldn't find what I actually wanted. So that's still something what I'm thinking of
Right.
what I'm
So,
going to wear for that presentation. So yeah.
and anyone who's watching this, if they have any suggestions for Rob, that could be quite dangerous, by the way.
Yeah, yeah,
Send
yeah.
them on, and we'll pass them on to him.
Suggestions are welcome. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to use the suggestions, but yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, Rob, thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to it, and we will see you in Dublin in April.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to it. I was there last year at your second edition, and I really loved it. So everybody's watching and is still in doubt of going to Dublin or didn't sign up yet. Just do it. It's a very nice atmosphere there. It's a great hypno family there, and the speakers list is also very great. So and of course, yeah. Sunday evening, we can go to Dublin. It's always nice
Absolutely.
to go to Dublin. A nice town to have some. We had a good meal on Sunday,
It
and
was lovely last year. Yeah.
so yeah, people sign up.
Brilliant. Listen, thanks, Rob. And we'll see you well, it's only 3 months now, actually. It's only 3 months. So, and to everyone else who's watching, thank you so much for taking the time. We will see you all on the 5th and 6th of April in the Clayton Hotel, Liffey Valley. And have a wonderful day wherever in the world you are.